For our next set of problems, we're going to talk about a concept called expected value. You can also think about this as a prediction. Based on what we know about the probability of an event happening, how many times would we expect that event to happen within a certain number of trials? The way we find that, the expected value here, we have the expected value of an event is equal to the probability of that event. So P is our probability, multiplied by the number of experiments, N. So that's going to give us our expected value. So we think about flipping a coin. We flip this coin 50 times. How many times would we expect it to land on tails? Now, this might be a type of problem where that answer might be a little bit more obvious to you than others. But if we can understand the math behind those more simpler problems, then it makes the math in the more complex problems come a little bit easier. So first I want to think about, well, what is the probability of flipping a coin and landing it on tails? Well, that probability itself is going to be 1 out of 2. I have a 1 out of 2 chance of my coin landing on tails. So that's going to be my probability P. Well, my N is the number of times I perform this experiment, or in this case, the number of times I flip my coin. And so that's going to be 50. And so 1/2 times 50, we would expect our coin to land on tails 25 times, or half the time. For our second example here, we roll a 6-sided die 18 times. What is the expected value for landing on the number 4? Well, if it's a 6-sided die, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is the probability of landing on 4 with a 6-sided die? Well, the 4 is going to show up 1 time on that die out of 6 sides on that die. So that's going to be my probability there. And N, my number of times I perform this experiment, or in this case, how many times did I roll the die? Well, I rolled it a total of 18 times. And so 1/6 times 18 is going to be 3 times that we would expect our die to land on the number 4. Now again, expected value is a prediction. It doesn't mean that if we roll the die 18 times, this will happen every single time. It's just what we predict, what we think is going to happen.